Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the showcase in Days Combat Zero. Hello, Mia. Sorry you're not feeling that great. Um, wait, am I? I'm not being. Hold on. Oh, wow. My playback is delayed. Let me refresh that. Hi, Floof. All right, testing again. One, two. Okay, we're back. Hello, Floof. Sound okay? Um, for the most part. The thing that I was questioning was my playback. My burb wasn't talking for a while after I was talking, so I was wondering, is is my audio being picked up? Turns out the stream was lagging by a minute. Speak louder. What do you mean speak louder? I'm speaking normally. Here, let me check OBS. Yeah, OBS is picking me up loud and clear. Oh, you're just being funny. Okay, fine. Use big burp voice. God damn it. All right, so for the showcase, we're going to go ahead and go with this one. Because our first of 6 aircraft today is going to be another Grumman aircraft. Use
the mountain
adult
town
words.
of Solus Ortis is located just outside Ustio's capital, Directus. The Allied forces will deploy airborne troops, comprised primarily of Osia's 101st Airborne Division, over Solus Ortis.
So, our aircraft for this one is the EA-6B Prowler. This electronic warfare aircraft, known as the Prowler, not only provides active radar jamming to protect its allies from enemy fire, but is also a formidable air-to-ground fighter. This is a jammer, but it also doubles as an attacker. Real strange stats. I got blinded by Wikipedia. All right, this was made by Grumman, although toward the tail end of its life, it was Northrop Grumman. And its current status is retired. 170 were built. It was manufactured between 1966 and 1991. It was introduced in July of 1971. Its first flight was May 25th, 1968. And it was retired by the U.S. Navy in 2015 and by Uncle Sam's Misguided Children in 2019. Its sole operators were the United States Navy and the Marine Corps. As for strange rail stats, as we can see, we are technically a jammer right here. We've also got a 49 in speed, a 54 in mobility, a 60 in both defense and stability, a 50 in air-to-air, and a 55 in air-to-ground. Our colors here. We've got the standard basic gray with red trim, which is primarily a navy thing. Then we've got two-tone tan and green, which is kind of like a deserty thing. The soldier is two-tone gray and white. Knight is green on top, gray on the bottom. This is actually used by Schnee 6 or Schnee 5. They are Schnee Squadron's electronic support aircraft. And then our special is just desert tan. So we're going to go ahead and go with the Knight. As for our weaponry, 13 ignored. Thank you, Mia. Our weaponry, we've got 66 AIM-9M Sidewinders. And then for our special weapons, we've got the ALQ-99. We got 5 charges of it as our jamming pod. We've also got 8 AGM-88 HARM anti-radiation missiles. And for shits and giggles, 4 AIM-9X Sidewinders for the QAM. Because why not? We're going to go ahead with the HARMs. Hello, Gio. Hello, Nugget. Welcome to Strem. Now, I would have taken the jammer pods if there were more than 5 charges. But I don't actually find jammer pods useful unless you're going for guns-only runs. Or if they're actually the EWS from the 7. Oh, great. Who's your Rio today? Well, we've got 3 of them. So I've got Sen there, Floof, and Ray. That'd be the Floof crew. They can fight over which position they want. But yeah, the Prowler, I love the design, but in this game it's kind of undergunned. No, I get it. Although you missed the TISM rabbit hole of Strange Reel's nuclear doctrines. That was a thing. Which of the 3 have a more important responsibility in your opinion? I have no idea in terms of which seat does what. But if you're talking about which of the Floof crew is most important to me, well, I think you can guess just by the name. It's at Megalith. This one doesn't have the radar. Yeah, I think someone's got the radar. Another one's got the weapons. I don't know what the fourth one's for. Okay, you pick your favorites. Which is more important, radar, weapon, and jamming, and comms? Well, for this particular plane, it's probably the jamming. This is an electronic warfare aircraft, after all. Ow. Imagine if this call sign being chaos. No, it's probably Wiggles. His cat. Yeah, I'll get right on that. There's a ring to it. Well, then go do that. God. Go kill it. Fuck you.
Missile launched. Don't worry, I can evade this one. Escort planes, we're counting on you. I can't get shut down before the drop. Gone one. Missile launched. Bandit shut down.
You're still not done with your food. Yes. Talisman has an actual rank. You can find it in his assault record. I'm sure Trigger has a rank. I just don't know which one it is. Because he doesn't have a assault record, and I don't think they actually call him by his rank. But it's likely... a lieutenant, maybe captain by the end of the war. But confirmed ranks, it would be Bishop, Blaze, and Talisman. Now, I don't remember what Talisman's rank is off the top of my head. No, you don't get to leave. me look it up real
Message
quick.
from Operations Command. Airlift operation was a success. All enemy forces near Solus Ortis have been eliminated. The rest is up to the ground forces. GOM team, mission complete. Return to base.
Talisman's rank is confirmed to be lieutenant.
Operation Varsity succeeded. Ground troops are now en route to Solus Ortis. It won't be long now before Ustio is liberated.
Yeah, Trigger does not have a confirmed rank. Neither does Mobius 1. Nor Nemo. And those are the only ones that would have a rank. Yep. I mean, after the war, he probably would get promoted to captain, maybe even colonel. But during the war, they probably just never got around to it. Since, you know, administration stuff wouldn't exactly be important until they, you know, got their administration back in Grace Maria. But anyway, our next aircraft. Okay, Merlone Theta.
Belka's second line of defense stretches across the Shane Plains in the central region of southern Belka. Centered on 2 anti-aircraft camps, this line blocks our refueling unit's air route and is already delaying our military.
Now, this aircraft that's coming up
This operation
is, I would say, the first of the true mid-tiers. I think. Oh, well, I take it back. The Hornets I would consider it mid-tier. But this one, would be the first one that would have legs throughout the entire campaign, so to speak. You know, provided that you could actually buy it early in the game. And it is the Su-27 Flanker. Codenamed Flanker, this aircraft is at the pinnacle, quote, of modern air superiority fighter technology. Its refined aerodynamics and powerful engines provide exceptional maneuverability. The reason why I said quote is, in Strange Rail, yeah, this is a great fighter. Not so much IRL. Because of the Russian debuff. But anyway, real strange stats. The Sukhoi Su-27 was manufactured by Sukhoi for the Soviet Union and later for the Russian Federation. Its NATO call sign is, or NATO reporting name is the Flanker. I don't know if it's got a Russian name, but whatever. The Flanker, or the Su-27, was manufactured from 1982 to 2010. 680 were built. It was introduced on June 22nd, 1985, and its first flight was May 20th, 1977. It is currently in service with at least someone. Its operators, or current operators, include Angola, China, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, the Russian Federation, the Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, and two of them have been bought and are operated by the United States Air Force for evaluation and training purposes. So they're aggressors. And apparently, they're based in Nevada. I'll give you 3 guesses as to which Air Force base in Nevada they're reporting out of. Former operators include Belarus and the Soviet Union. Okay, so one of the American bot flankers is currently preserved at the National Museum of the United States Air Force. So wherever that is. But I think one is still currently being used as a trainer. Or not trainer, but a aggressor. Miramar, that's in California. There is a legendary Nevada-based Air Force base. And it's legendary for what might be at it, not what actually is at it. It's also at a hotbed for conspiracy theories. Yeah. But our strange real stats. We have a speed of 73, a mobility of 57, stability of 55, defense of 61, air-to-air of 74, and air-to-ground of 38. Our liveries here, we've got the 3-tone sky blue, grayish blue, whatever, based off of the Soviet Air Force's standard Su-27 livery. Also, this particular variant does not have the canards, as you can see. I think the canarded ones were the early thrust vectoring ones, and the 33, because the 33 needs it because they can't get yeeted off their carrier. They're not capable or compatible. For Merck, we've got just the 2-tone dark gray, light gray, based off of the Chinese standard J11 livery. Then, and for those of you wondering, the J11 is the Chinese variant of the flanker. Gotta blow my nose. Ugh. Excuse me. The soldier is a 3-tone white, gray. It's the Arctic camo, based off the Su-27 SKM 305 black of the Russian Air Force. Or the VKS, whatever that is. Then we've got the for our night, we've got the Su-27 PT or PD test bed. And for the special, desert, sand. So we're gonna go with the Soldier Arctic because I like that one the best. We are armed with a cheek mounted 30 millimeter. I think. Yeah, one 30 millimeter GSH 30-1 autocannon. We're also armed with 72 R60 aphids, so we finally broke the 60 ammo count for our missiles. We're also armed with 16 R77 adders, 8 FAB 500 kilo bombs, and 12 RBK 250 cluster bombs. But for this one, we're going with the adders. All right. Yeah, I guess you could say that this is the first good all-around fighter or air-to-air fighter that you can access in the game. At least on the list. It depends upon which A-style path you go down. And while I do like the flanker in this game, there's one that I like better. The next aircraft is just peak.
Don't let them outshine us. I'll show them what the Ocean Air Force is all about. Go to Fox 2. Deduction. Don't get carried away and get in trouble. The last thing we need right now is more war saving you. How can you be so reckless?
How is it reckless? I shot down a neutralized aircraft because I didn't want its pilot to
Fox 2.
um,
They pretty much lost control of the ground.
I wanted to force its pilot to bail out so I didn't have to fight him later.
Approaching gun range. There's a bandit flying overhead. Everything looks so calm down below. You wouldn't think there's a war going on. Don't get caught up in the view. We've got our power fight. Radar lock.
Hey, let's head to the east.
Ground units have been destroyed. We don't have any support.
Yeah, for a heavy fighter, because the flanker is deceptively huge. Like, it doesn't look big until you see how big a person is compared to it. It's big, but it is nimble for a big girl. But that goes with Soviet fighter doctrine. They liked the close-in dogfighting because that's what worked for them well in the past. in Vietnam, that's exactly how their MiG-17s and the MiG-21s made short work of the Phantoms. It's because the Phantoms were forced to fight their fight. They didn't realize that if the Phantom's ROE was unrestricted, that the fish beds and the MiG-17s would be, you know, ghost food. So, because it worked well for them, their next generation of fighters kept that fighter doctrine, getting close. So the Americans can't get or can't kill them because, you know, they won't be as good at dogfighting. What they failed to realize is that, one, the Air Force learned from Vietnam, same with the Navy. So their next generation of fighters, one, have guns, two, can actually dogfight. That's not their preferred fight, but they can do it. And let's just say that we bought into the hype of the Foxbat, and, well, an aircraft that's going to be showcased later on today can out dogfight even a flanker. But our IFFs were getting much better in the stance that engaging BR or BVR no longer is a problem because we can easily identify friendly aircraft from enemy aircraft based on our IFFs. Much better than we could in Vietnam. So, with the Phoenixes and AMRAAMs, and even the later generation Sparrows, the flanker was obsolete even before it engaged American-made aircraft in the real world. In Strange Real, however, where that shit don't matter, the flankers, one of the so-called higher tier fighter design features. Because the flanker line has speed and mobility on its side. And usually, the flankers in Strange Real are almost always equipped with either adders or archer QAMs. Almost always. Alrighty.
You're out of the danger zone. Com team.
Now the next aircraft on the list,
Looks like we lived.
I think we can all agree is one of the best. In both real life and in this game. Let me just pull up the notes for it. And I think I know which one is going to be. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. We're going to mission 10, Schnee. Mayhem. Because the aircraft in question is the one and only F-15C Eagle. Nicknamed the Eagle, this air superiority fighter boasts top-class maneuverability and superior payload capacity, as well as outstanding mission survivability. Now, before we get into real strange stats, I'm going to say I disagree heavily with this stat spread. I know why they put it there, because for some reason they put the F-15 as a mid-tier when it's actually high-tier. I agree with the air-to-ground stat, but this mobility should be up here. And this speed should actually be up here, and this air-to-air should actually be up here. Stability should be more like here. Defense, maybe there. But yeah. This is still one of the best versions of the F-15C, and they still nerfed it for balance. Anyway, real strange stats. The McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle. It is an air superiority fighter, manufactured by McDonnell Douglas and later by Boeing Defense, Space and Air Security. It is currently in service. It was manufactured from 1972 to 1997. It was introduced, at least the A version of it, was introduced on January 9th, 1976. Its first flight was July 27th, 1972. Doesn't say how many were built, but a lot were built. The operators for the Eagle include the Israelis, the JASDF, the Saudis, and the United States Air Force. However, the F-15C were all retired from active duty as of April 2025. That's because the EX is going to take its place. However, F-15Cs are still in service as reserve units. So if need be, we can call up the Charlie Eagles like that. As for strange real stats, our speed is 83, should be a little higher. Mobility is 54, again it should be much higher. We have a stability of 61, the defense of 60, air-to-air of 73, should be at least an 80, and air-to-ground of 37. For our liveries, the standard livery is the Compass Ghost Gray fuselage with dark blue wings and vertical stabilizers, as well as horizontal stabilizers. This is based off the F-15 DJ Soto Ao, which I think is the livery for Mobius 1's standard F-15C. It just doesn't have the ring here. This is also the Cannon livery for Cypher. I know if Sly were here, he would say, this is just the standard Ustio livery. I mean, sure. But you show this to somebody, they're going to say Cypher, not Ustio. Then we've also got for Merc, the gray fuselage with brown camo. This is the Yuktobanian livery from the Unsung War. Soldier is the USAF Mod Eagle. Standard blue-gray air superiority, which I actually prefer to the standard ASG. Then for night, we've got gray body with green camo. I have no idea what this is from. The special is Compass Ghost Gray with black and white tiger stripes, based on the F-15J 92 8906. And then finally, we've got Pixie. But we're taking, we're Cypher, we're taking the best protagonist livery in the entire franchise. Nice. Yeah, I love this livery. This is my favorite Ace Combat livery. It just looks so cool. It works on other aircraft too, like the Flanker, the Raptor, especially the Raptor for my own headcanon reasons. It also works if you replace the gray with black. And I think the reason why I love it so much is it's iconic, but at the same time, it's also simplistic, which is probably why it's iconic. Come to think of it. It's easy to identify. And like for a lot of the protagonist liveries, it's just gray. So like, unless you see the external weapon pods from a distance, Triggers, Raptor, Griffiths 1's Raptor, and Mobius 1's Raptor look very similar. As you get closer, you'll be able to identify Mobius 1's Raptor fairly easily, because it's got a bluish tint to it. But Griffiths 1 and Triggers, nah. Unless Triggers got the external weapon pods, you ain't telling shit, because they're both ASG. Cypher, though? Yeah, you'll figure it out. Same with the Rosgrees and War Dog, but those are based off of the Jolly Rogers, which is fantastic in its own right. Yeah, I love this livery. Oh shit, I forgot to say what we are armed with. Okay, so we're armed with a shoulder-mounted M61 20mm Gatling gun. We're also armed with 70 AIM-9M Sidewinder standard missiles. We've got 16 AIM-120 AMRAAMs, 10 Mark 84 large bombs, and 14 AIM-9X Sidewinders. Now, the reason why I say that this version of the F-15C is the best version of the F-15C in the entire series is because of its, not only its stats, but its weapon loadout. It's got the AMRAAMs, which are good all around no matter what. It's got the unguided bombs, but the big version of them. And it's got 10 of them, so you've got a decent amount of them. And while it may not be able to lock onto anything, it's still a very good general purpose anti or air to ground weapon. And then the QAMs, while they're shit in this game, if you put it in any other game, this Eagle would be broken as shit. I think the only Eagle that's better than Cypher's F-15C is Talisman Strike Eagle, but that's technically a different aircraft. So, yeah. Every other variant of the F-15C is slightly worse in my opinion. The Ace-4 variant does not have big bombs, it has medium bombs. The Ace-5 variant only has Sparrows. The Assault Horizon variant as well, Assault Horizon. It's fast, but since it's strictly a fighter, you can't use it on air-to-ground missions. Infinities was good, but they nerfed special weapons in Infinity hard, so you had to level it up. And then 7, it had the AMRAAM and pulse lasers, but the pulse lasers were only like 450 shots. You didn't really have any air-to-ground weapons. And you also had the SASM, which was okay, but the Cypher variant is the best. And X and Joint Assault did not have the Charlie Eagle. They had the Strike Eagle. Okay, as soon as I get control, I'm going to have to pause. Because I need to take a quick... I need to go to the little pilot's room real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Hail Hydrate did too much. Yeah. Time to dive into the fireworks. Yeah, the Eagle is a perfect cannon plane for Cypher because it can do, I mean, you can complete the entire campaign with nothing but the Eagle, and you will do well. Positive content, it's Karia. Okay. Welcome, Ross. Thank you, Bixby. Fox 3. The only thing that I wish that the Eagle had, and it's because for some reason they put the Eagle down so low on the acquiring list, is I wish it had a bit more ammo. Okay. Oh shit. There you go. You know it. You almost might say I'm a demon lord of the round table. That son of a bitch!
Wizard 1 to all units. Belgia's days are over. Let's wrap this up.
I hate it when I go for an attack that would work in 7 and 6. It doesn't in 5 and 0.
Those mercenaries are gonna get all the credit again.
Which just strike me out.
I fight for peace. That's what I'm up here for.
Not
Well, Europe here fighting
mechanic.
for peace. Tons of blood is being shed on the ground. Some peace, kid.
Yeah, it did.
And I'm here to put an end to that.
Sorry, Ross. Twitch timed out. It didn't follow in the chat. It does that sometimes. I don't know why. Twitch is annoying.
Target is in firing range. Schnee 1 to all units. Release your missiles. Schnee 4 to Schnee 1. Target confirmed on radar. Containment.
Oh, there's plenty of green targets left.
They've got a lock. Break. Stay on guard. Those guys can fire long-range missiles. Flank right. Flank right. You've got to fly faster. Alter 5. Incoming missile. Missile. Watch out. The enemy's locked onto you. Enemy radar blips are fading. I have a feeling the radar's been jammed. Jamming? Radar response dropping. Captain, I'll take up the rear. There's an escort craft with ECMs. It's interfering with the radar.
There we go.
My squadron will bask in the glory if we get through this alive. Shack on the target. Taylor aircraft is down. I can see everything. Warning, the enemy's tracking you on radar. Long-range missile approaching. Break! This is our turn, and we'll fly how we please. Missile evaded.
Well, it's not your turf no more. Son of a bitch!
Flying is unpredictable. Those two mercenaries. This is gonna be fun.
You've gotta be shitting.
Fox 2, Fox 2. Captain, please. Missile hit. Warning, long-range missile incoming. Don't be too hasty. Just fly as you always do, and we can win this. That pilot's unbelievable. He did all this with those limited contacts. Push on it now. So that pilot is the same as one? Approaching gun range. Locked on. Don't do anything reckless. You only distract the Schnee's water. Watch out. The enemy's tracking you on radar. Locked on. Miss the target.
I really don't like 5's engine.
Bandits in gun
Because
range.
of bullshit like this!
Missile launched.
There we go.
Yeah! Cypher just bagged a bandit! All targets within combat airspace are
All right,
down.
well.
Operation complete.
We're halfway done.
Yo, buddy. You still alive?
See if I
We were victorious in the B-7R engagement. The round table is finally toppled. Incidentally, the pilot in the F-14D was an enemy ace. He was personally responsible for shooting down dozens of our planes. Belka is no longer a threat.
Yeah, okay, I have no idea why it does that. Where I'll just be streaming and all of a sudden Twitch chat, I mean the playback keeps up, but the chat part just like it doesn't register you guys chatting. And then it'll eventually say, "Welcome to the chat room." It's like, what the? So I refresh it, and I miss like 15 minutes worth of chat. I was like, what the fuck? And I don't know what's causing it. It pisses me off. Anyway. So, like, I missed all of Ross's chat during that. And he's gone now because he has to, you know, be an adult. So, he's like, gotta go. And that was 5 minutes before I figured out that it wasn't registering. And I don't even have like any I've got a good connection, so I don't get it. Anyway, next aircraft. Oh, this one. Okay, we're going to Costner from Juggernaut. All right.
The Ustio and Osean coalition forces are to launch a joint campaign. The collective strategic military force of the two armies will be referred to as the Allied Forces. The campaign will be called Offensive Campaign Number 4101. The objective of this operation is to secure a sea transit lane for the Allied forces. To secure this channel,
I'm just gonna, every once in a while, refresh. Okay. Just make sure it works. Okay, so, our next aircraft is the X-29A. The forward swept wings of this aircraft allow for exceptional turning ability. An advanced fly-by-wire system is employed to overcome instabilities inherent to this design. This is, you could say it's the final evolution of the F5 line. You can see a lot of the F5's design in this, from the identical fuselage here, the trailing edges there. However, the F5 and the F20 were Northrop. This is Grumman. Now granted, Northrop and Grumman eventually merge, but this is specifically Grumman, not Northrop Grumman. Yeah, the real strange stats. This is an experimental aircraft built by Grumman its status as retired. Only 2 were built, and its first flight was on December 14th, 1984. It was funded by NASA, the USAF, and DARPA. Its purpose was mainly to explore the viability of forward swept wings. Primary users were the United States Air Force and NASA. The first X-29 82003 is now on display in the Research and Development Gallery at the National Museum of the Air Force at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, or near Dayton, Ohio. The other one is on display at Armstrong Flight Research Center at Edwards Air Force Base, which is in California. A model, full-scale model, was on display from 1989 to 2011 at the National Air and Space Museum in the National Mall at DC. It was then moved to the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Garden City, New York from 2011 on. But as for strange real stats, we have a speed of 73, a mobility of 71, a stability of 47, defense of 49, air-to-air of 76, and air-to-ground of 40. Real strange, again, the main reason why you don't see any forward-swept aircraft in the United States is because from what we learned, while this design does give you extreme mobility, like it's maneuverable, what they found was you have an increased risk of wing warping. The long-term endurance of forward-swept wing aircraft was determined to be not as good as traditional backward-swept wings, just due to the physics of the air. So that's why the Air Force is like, well, in the long term, let's just not go with it. And pretty much that has been the consensus in aircraft manufacturing across the world. It was definitely worth experimenting on just to see how it worked. But they're like, we don't get enough performance gain for the cost in maintenance. So they're like, nah. But anyway, real strange liveries. Standard is the standard gray camo. And for Merc, we got the desert camo. Always gotta have a desert camo. Then we've got the three-tone gray camo, which is very reminiscent of the War Dog camo. Although the War Dog camo has blue, this one doesn't. The Knight, we've got the two-tone dark gray. And then the special is the X-29 NASA prototype livery. And that's what we're going with. We are armed with twin nose-mounted 20mm cannon, 60 AIM-9M Sidewinders for standard missiles, 10 AIM-9X Sidewinder in the QAM form. 10 AGM-88 HARM missiles. And for shits and giggles, they gave this thing 4 BLU-95 FABs. I don't know why they did it. Just, you know, because, small plane, big bomb. Funny. We're going to take the QAMs.
Cover the Allied fleet so they can pass safely through the canal. No mistakes.
Yeah. I do like the look of this aircraft. I like it a lot better than the Burkett because it's much more symmetrical.
Lips on radar. Multiple enemy craft entering our airspace.
But the main problem I have with this is just like all the F5 lineage. Its major weakness is endurance. It doesn't really have it. Ow. It also doesn't have any defense either. Son of a bitch. At least Pixie can kill people on my cape, unlike War Dog.
Radar lock. This is a significant hurdle to overcome if we want to take back Fusio. Failure is not an option. Missile hit. Enemy aircraft approaching. Take your positions. We've suffered a direct hit to the bow. This is it. We're going down. Sinking one lousy ship won't change a thing. Missile on target. Keep an eye out for any changes. Bandits in gun range. Enemy plane coming from above. Falcon's showing strong resistance. This must be an important spot. Locked on. Just keep firing. Make sure we don't hit our allies. Nice kill. Locked on. Stop that fleet from getting in any further. Defend the canal. Don't give the Allied troops any signs of hope.
Yeah, this aircraft's turn radius is incredibly tight, which I do like.
Be careful not to hit one of our own fighters. It's hard to tell who's who out here. Locked on. Bandits in gun range. Focus on their ships. Sink 'em all. Don't move in too close to the fleet. You'll get shot down by friendly fire. Radar lock. This is Pixie. I just bagged a bandit.
Yeah, you bagged the bandit that I was gonna bag first.
Missile
So
hit.
thank you for having me waste my missiles. I appreciate
Point of impact is approaching the aircraft carrier. We're sinking! Our fleet has finally made it through halfway. Keep it up, comm team. We're counting on you. The fleet's moving extra slow. Go on. Stay under control and take out the enemy. Locked on.
Alright, the next aircraft I think is going to be a fan favorite.
This is Commander Weaker on the Castro. My fleet has managed to pass through the canal. We did it! Yes! We really did it! We took some damage, but nothing too serious. Thanks to the gentleman providing air support.
Alright.
Operation Costner succeeded, contributing to the overall success of campaign number.
Say anything. Okay. Alright, so the next one is gonna be Theta again. Yeah, we've got crowd favorite, the F-14D Super Tomcat. Carrier-based F-14 features upgrades. This carrier-based F-14 features upgrades in radar and weapon control systems. Aptly called the Super Tomcat, the F-14 can handle multiple enemies at once. So some real strange stats. The F-14 Tomcat was developed and manufactured by Grumman. It is an interceptor, and it was manufactured from 1969 to 1991. Its introduction was September 22nd, 1974. Its first flight was December 21st, 1970, and it was retired from the U.S. Navy on September 22nd, 2006. To the exact day. So that would have been... "32 years of service." However, it or at least the ACAT remained in service with the Iranians. And as far as we know, the Tomcat still is in service with Iran. They haven't said or given any reports to the contrary. However, given recent events, it is unlikely that any remaining Tomcats in the Iranian Air Force are airworthy. Strange real stats, however. We have a speed of 87, a mobility of 58, a stability of 64, defense of 61, air-to-air of 81, and air-to-ground of 35. Our liveries, the standard one, is probably extremely familiar because this is based off of VF 84, then later VF 103, the Jolly Rogers. It's also the basis for quite a few fantastic Tomcat liveries in Strange Reel, namely, this one, War Dog, and then a couple others that we'll see. Mercenary is the three-tone aggressor blue, based off of the F-14A 161, 869 of Top Gun, the fighter weapons school, not the movie. Then the soldier. Well, this looks familiar. This is the Rosgreaves. Then Knight is a three-tone light gold gray and dark gold gray in Gunship Ferris, or Gray Ferris camouflage scheme based off of F-14A 158-985 of VF2 Bounty Hunters. And then finally, we've got the Schnee Squadron, which is also based off of the Jolly Rogers livery, just some added flair. We're going to go ahead and go on, though, with the good old classic Jolly Rogers. We are armed with a cheek-mounted M61 Vulcan 20mm. We've got 72 AIM-9M Sidewinders as our standard missiles. And as for our special weapons, we've got 14 of the AIM-54 Phoenix, one of the longest air-to-air missiles ever created. We've got 10 of the GBU-31 JDAMs and 14 of the BLU-32 napalm bombs. But all these kind of suck except for the Phoenix, so that's what we're going to take. Alright. Hopefully people are still here. Okay.
Hey, Cypher, you hear me? Just look at the view. There's not much difference between those countries from
Where the Tomcat excels over the Eagle is long-range fighting. As a true interceptor, the Tomcat actually had a better target acquisition radar that could work for longer ranges. And with the AIM's 54 Phoenix, it could dispatch a greater number of targets at once at longer ranges than the Eagle could. However, where the Eagle shined was it was a better fighter.
How many planes should I shoot down today? Don't let them outshine us. I'll show them what the Ocean Air Force is all about. Missile launched. They've pretty much lost control of the ground. Our air squadron is almost wiped out. We have to destroy the Allied forces. Call 2, engaging.
As you can see, I'm not turning near as well with the Tomcat as I was with the Eagle.
Shoot on the target. Unable to disengage. They're peeling out. Radar lock.
But my effective range, both in terms of lock-on range and even gas range, is better. But that's what you need in an interceptor.
Call 2, Fox 2. Vulcan 5, incoming missiles. Cypher, Pixie, bring on long and tail. Shoot him down. I won't let them touch anyone. All units, we can't leave until all area planes are shut down. I don't think they're here to just keep us at bay. This is Q or be killed. Pride and determination are what keeps them in
I am really not a fan of the 5 engine.
Locked on.
I mean, it's slightly better in Zero, but it's still spectacular.
Call 1, box 2. I pulled off an evasion. I'm losing altitude. No special weapons fire remaining. This is gonna get crazy. Break formation. Don't worry about the Falcon aircraft. The Calm team can handle them. Something's not right. The Falcon should be able to send out more fighters than this. This is Calm 2. I'm back to landing. Coming from above. Falcon 4 is launched. I missed. Watch out. The enemy's locked onto you.
Excuse me.
These guys are desperate. Don't let your guard down. All enemy fighters have been eliminated. Threat level reduced to 2.
The hell does that mean?
Comm team, cover our transport planes until they're able to land. There they are. The Allied transport planes. Thank you for securing your superiority. What was that? Something flashed again.
Hopefully I didn't put Nugget to sleep. Alright.
Hold on. Incoming emergency message from Operations HQ. Enemy launching long-range attacks. Current airspace is within range. Now you tell us. Where should we fly? Transmitting projected enemy targeting coordinates. All units evade attacks and withdraw from airspace. Here comes an attack. Watch out. Plane 4 just vanished. Allied planes are disappearing from radar. Plane 6 is gone too.
Oh, 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 that was close.
What's going on? That wasn't
Yeah, Tomcat's almost too fast for this part.
the formation is gone. Comm team, check the enemy's estimated long-range attack coordinates via radar. Laser weaponry? Those damn Falcons?
Oh, we're getting closer.
Halo 5, respawn! Don't panic, just keep flying and keep an eye on your radar. You're almost out of the operation airspace. Stay on course to the south.
I'm gonna beat it one more time. Man, I need that. Alright.
You're out of the danger zone. Comm team, return to base. Looks like we live to see another day, Cypher.
Oh, well, that's going on. I'm gonna get a drink real quick and I'll be back.
That was a bad nightmare. We lost several of our members. Mercenaries like us are disposable to the guys in charge. But in the end, we survived.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about the delay. Princess Macy demanded attention, so I had to give her some. So for our next and final aircraft of this episode.
The mission objectives were achieved, but our forces were dealt a heavy blow by enemy laser ordnance. Our country must put an end to this war. If not, I fear the war will put an end to us.
I'm actually going to go a little off script for it. We're going to head to here. There. Groon.
Head operator.
Alright. our final aircraft for today is the JAS-39C Gripen. It is a multi-role, although how effective it is at a multi-role initially is kind of in the air because you get the RCL first, and this isn't A6. However, named after the Griffin of legend, this aircraft boasts low cost and high maintainability. Fighter, attacker, or recon. This fighter performs all these roles equally well. It is known for its mission adaptability and high efficiency in battle. Real strange stuff. This is the Saab JAS-39 Gripen. Its manufacturer is Saab AB, from Sweden. It is currently in service. Around 300 have been built as of 2023. It has been manufactured since 1987 in its various variants. And its introduction into the Swedish Air Force was June 9th, 1996. And its first flight was December 9th, 1988. 3 days before my birthday. JAS stands for Jakt Attack Ox Banningsflygplan, or Fighter Attack Reconnaissance. Now, the Gripen here has quite a few operators. We've got Brazil. We've got the Czech Republic, Hungary, South Africa, Sweden, Thailand, and a few test or training Gripens are used by the Royal Air Force. Well, the Empire Test Pilot School. But the Gripens are basically used by air forces that want a cheap, reliable aircraft that can perform various amount of mission types. And they don't necessarily want to hitch their wagon to either Soviet-aligned stuff or NATO. Because as up until recently, Sweden was neutral. The Gripen also boasts the ability to be short takeoff and landing. So it can literally take off from a roadway if it has to. But the Gripen C's closest real-life counterpart would be the F-16. Anyway, real strange stat, or not real strange, but strange real stats. The Gripen C is got a 78 in speed, a 68 in mobility, 61 in stability, 60 in defense, 40 in air-to-air, and 75 in air-to-ground. We are armed, or not armed, but our liveries. We've got the plain gray for the plain Saab gray. Got the Splinter JA-37 Vigan camo. Got the 3-tone dark green camo. The dark gray with gold trim. And of course, indigo. is what we're going to use. Our armament, I believe it got either a 20 or a 30 millimeter cannon right there on the chin. As for armament, we are armed with 68 AIM 9M sidewinders. For our rockets, we've got 12 volleys for them. I could not find any indications to what real-life model this is. I looked. I have no idea what this is. I apologize for that. My TISM has failed me. We're also armed with 8 MBDA meteors. And for SOD, we've got 14 bomb capsule 90 Mjolnirs. We might actually use that A7 for its version of the cruise missile. But we're going to go with the meteors. And then mixing up with that. There we go.
Belkin Priority 1 Strategic Airspace B.
Now, Zero is the first time that I actually like the Gripen. It's not my favorite, but it's a nimble little thing. I like that it has longer range than the F-16. And the SODs are nice. But it's not until A7 that I actually really like the Gripen. But again, the main drawback of the Gripen, because it's smaller, it doesn't necessarily have the staying power as some of the other aircraft in the game. You need to be careful with your ammo, or you might run out. But it is a nimble little devil here. I do like that.
Warning, radar shows additional craft approaching area B7R at high speed. Go 2 to Go 1. Enemy reinforcements, probably the main force. Report. This is Ground 2. There's 2 of them. Well then, let's have some fun. Gold team, we cannot authorize a retreat. Intercept them. I figured you'd say that. This is gonna cost you extra. Looks like you have some mercenaries for your own choice.
Did we? Did we really?
Approaching gun range. All creating. Say tips and handles to green.
Ow!
These guys know what they're doing. Don't let up even when they're locked on. Lock on. Missile launch. Gone 1. Missile launch.
No, there's none left.
All
All right.
firm down. Mission complete. Return to base.
Well, that was part 3 of the 6-part Zero Showcase.
Operations Command. Allied
Um,
naval force has begun its
half the aircraft down, half left to go.
Looks like we were just a couple of decoys.
Tomorrow we're going to be
Yo, buddy. You still alive?
starting Dragon Age Awakening at around 4-ish. Then we're also continuing Batman Arkham Knight. Saturday in Cyberpunk 2077. Finally got the mods to work, and we're going to be finishing up what I like to call the epilogue of Phantom Liberty. Basically, finishing up the remaining gigs and side missions for hands. Then our next on Sunday, we're going to finish up the insanity of Victor Shepard with Priority Cerberus Headquarters and Priority Earth. Then Monday, we'll be continuing the Spirit World Tour in Final Fantasy X-2. Wednesday in Horizon Zero Dawn, we're going to be finishing up Aaron's side mission, or side quest chain, and probably take out the remainder of the bandit camps. Then in Wednesday evening, Floof and I will continue Monster Hunter World, or not World, but Wilds. Just trying to get through high rank. And then next week in the showcase, we're going to look at the next 6 aircraft. Excuse me. The F-16XL, the Tornado GR4, the F-2A Viper Zero, the F-15E Strike Eagle, the F-117A Nighthawk, and the F-35C Lightning II. Thank you all for joining. I hope you had fun. I apologize for Twitch not reading your chat. I honestly don't know if anyone said anything since the F-15, which kind of sucks for me because that's an hour. Hopefully it gets fixed by tomorrow. But until then, take care. Have a good rest of your night. And I will see you guys tomorrow with Dragon Age Awakening. Good night.